Got it. What's your definition of A-level, B-level fighters? If you do the grading system.
Yo, a nigga that worked his way up the ranks and shit, then worked his way from the top. I say like top 10, all of the top 10 fighters would be considered A-level fighters, in my opinion.
I respect that. Now,
when you say top 10, wait. When you say top 10, do you mean pound
like
for pound or in every individual weight class? Gotcha.
No, not pound for pound.
Like
I got you.
the 10 best in the world are A-level is what he's saying, right?
No. Not the top 10 pound for pound. Just with each weight class.
Weight class.
I would consider.
You consider the top 10 of every weight.
Hold on. Now, Thunder, let him get it out now.
I would consider Sean Porter an A-level fighter.
Right.
Even though he's lost to Thurman, he's lost to Brooke, and he's ranked like 5, but he's still an A-level fighter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like disrespectful to call him a B-level fighter.
So you saying anybody in the top 10 is an A-level fighter?
Damn near. You know, not exactly like to a T 100%, but pretty
It might be the top 8. It might be the top 8, depending on who 9 and 10. I got you. I like that. I respect that.
Flat over, that's a good one over.
Case in point. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is my thing, case in point. Now, you don't have to be an A-level. You don't have to be an A-level fighter. Like, if you don't beat an A-level fighter, that doesn't mean you're not an A-level fighter, because an A-level fighter does this. An A-level fighter shows dominance when he beats C-level and B-level fighters. He become a legend when he beats A-level fighters.
Right. Exactly.
That's what Andre Ward did, and that's what Terrence Crawford did.
Terrence Crawford didn't beat A-level or elite, in my opinion.
Well, hold on now. I'm gonna say this now. Gotti got a hell of a point now. I'm kind of following him now. This shit make a lot of sense.
Right.
He kind of got me like, wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
totally agree with what he said.
See, that makes it
Andre
easier
Ward
to grade.
He stopped Kovalev.
You know what I mean? That's a good system.
Hey, look, y'all. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna take 2 opponents. Everybody know these opponents. I'm gonna take Sugar Ray Leonard and I'm gonna take Thomas Hearns. When they met up, they were both A-level fighters when they met up.
Yeah.
One of them, both of them, because of the performance, both of them became legends because they were A-level fighters that put it all out there, and they showed a skill level that 2 A-level fighters have, and the fight was really, really good. They became legends because you become a legend when you beat A-level fighters. But you don't have to beat A-level fighters to be an A-level fighter.
Okay.
What? You don't have to beat A-level fighters to be one?
No, he's saying you can beat them.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Because if you're destroying like B-level fighters,
look. You do not have to be, and you don't have to beat an A-level fighter to be an A-level fighter. Because if you beat a bunch of B-level fighters and you dominated the B-level fighter and the C-level fighters, that makes you an A-level fighter because you have to be a grade. Hold on. You have to be a grade above them to be able to dominate them. Come on, man.
No, but I got a question about that right there, bro.
Hold on, Gotti, go ahead. I gotta hear his question. What's up, Gotti?
Oh, man.
That's like part of what's wrong with boxing, that you can become an A-level fighter without even beating A-level fighters.
Now, I see, but
Gotti in the fuck.
But you know what? I see what it is. See, Gotti got it kind of fair because he makes it to where you in the top 10 and he's giving you credit for fighting in your top 10. That means you got 10 options. Anything outside the top 10 is ridiculous. Like, if you're an A-level fighter, you should be fighting in the top 10, which most people do say that.
Exactly.
So he's saying that it's almost impossible for an A-level fighter to lose his A credibility. Unless he just, like with Eddie Garcia fighting Rod Salka. Like, that's, for Gotti, that was bullshit.
or just basically.
But it depends, though, bro. Like, because, like, say if Keith Thurman and Sean Porter fought, and then Sean Porter lost a close decision, he stays in the top 10. He's an A-level fighter. Now, Sean Porter get knocked out in the second round, you know what I'm saying, after getting up twice and shit, and he got dropped the third time, and he got embarrassed and stopped in the second round, he's probably going to drop to, like, 12 or 13.
Right,
and
so
like,
he will be beat.
Really going to be like a B-level fighter, yeah. But,
all right, I can see that.
Top 10.
But you did say
fighter.
that they don't
but
have to beat.
At the same time, whoever a B-Talk, that was you? bro.
Yeah.
Like, how in the fuck can you become an A-level fighter by completely destroying B and C-level fighters? That's bullshit, bro.
Wait.
That's
Wait.
like
Hold on, B-Talk.
I mean,
No, that ain't bullshit.
Well, wait, B-Talk. I don't know what you finna say, Rollo.
I had a question for Gotti. Now, are you saying that an A-level fighter has to be the A-level fighter to become an A-level fighter?
Not exactly, bro. He can become, like, in the discussion to be an A-level fighter. But I really
You just said basically everyone in the top 10's an A-level fighter.
Yeah. I don't think, huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, you lost me with that one. Yeah.
Really? Like,
yeah, now that's what you just said.
I think that you need to beat an A-level fighter to become an A-level fighter. Really?
Okay.
He did.
Oh, you got me, yo, man. I'm biased, man. I don't give a fuck. Yo, I'm a Sean Porter fan, man. I like.
Okay, so you
he also said basically everybody in every top 10 is an A-level fighter.
At least, hold on, he told the truth. So let's move. He said he was biased. So when the man he's confessed, let's move on.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, that's it,
bro. Because Sean Porter has never beat a A-level fighter. He beat Devin Alexander to win the belt. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm not about to talk shit about Porter either, though, and I know his people.
So you biased.
It is what it is.
Don't say no more. You biased. That's the first guy that ever been.
I know Porter's people, but I still
Sean
talk shit
Porter,
on him,
bro. Because I know his people personally, just towards Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody.
I got you.
Well, he got a shitty style.
I'm not about to be dissing this nigga, and then I see him and his dad at a fight, and then what the fuck? You know?
Well, I'm telling you, tell him Zone 6 said that he got a fucking shitty style. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, it's work. Yo, bro, it works for him. Like, he only lost 7-5 to Thurman, and he lost like.
But you're also not like the players ain't can hear this conversation right here, though, guys.
Alexander was an A-level fighter, and I think Berto was an A-level fighter based on your criteria, though, Gotti. So technically, you are still
no, they wasn't, bro.
Well, no, they was ranked in the top 10.
I don't know what. No,
yeah, they were ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, they were top 10.
Berto was not 13 leading into that fight, bro. I checked. He was not top 10. He was like.
He was. Hold on. Let me quick question. Hold on. What are you checking? I be checking Boxing Rec. That's my site.
I check Boxing Rec too.
Okay, I think he was because what's name them fell off the list because Khan was inactive, he fell off, Bradley fell off, and Robert Guerrero had been pulled off the list. If I'm not mistaken, I think.
And they bumped Spence up.
And Berto.
You know?
And Berto.
No, they bumped him up at the last minute. I don't know. I checked it.
No, because the year had elapsed. If I'm not mistaken, Robert Guerrero had been pulled off the list, Amir Khan had been pulled off the list, and I think Timothy Bradley. So that left Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, Danny Garcia, Earl Spence, Berto, and that's it. Bradley, they got Berto.
They took
Jesse Vargas.
Yo, let me ask y'all this: none of y'all are consider Sean Porter an A-level fighter.
No, I don't. I with these people also.
Based on what you saying, I can say yeah, because he fought Devin Alexander, he fought Berto, and then he fought. Yeah, I see. Adrian Broner
never lost clearly though, bro. Oh, that's like he.
I agree with you. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I mean, he never lost.
I feel you know, he's never beat an A-level fighter though. So I never thought about that until now. You know what I'm saying? To keep it real.
So Kell Brook and Keith Thurman, so that's good. So
he lost a couple close fights.
Mm-hmm.
And you just didn't consider Devin Alexander and
Berto.
You didn't consider
the buck out of he beat the shit out of Devin Alexander. But
so Devin Alexander, Broner, and Berto was not considered. You didn't just consider them as A-level guys.
No, not at all. Like Broner and Berto was like some strong B-level fighters, but not A-level fighters.
Okay.
Fuck no.
Okay.
I would agree with that. I would say they were all strong B-levels too.
I agree. I like that. I agree with that. Man. So Ward, You got Ward number 1. Why you have Ward number 1?
Come on, me?
Yeah. I mean,
hold on. I see this rotated to me. Yo, look.
Hold on. Who on this phone call will actually admit that Kovalev won the first fight?
Oh, me.
I will.
Bro.
I will.
Yeah. Listen, man.
Who thought he lost?
Yeah. I thought Andre Ward won the first fight the first time that I watched it, bro.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I thought he won. I thought he won the first time, but the second time I had to look at it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, see, we on the same level, bro.
Absolutely.
And it's
but
not about watching.
you saying y'all changed it. Hold on, you did say you guys said you changed it after.
Did you think Cove won the first time you watched it?
Absolutely.
Clearly. I changed it to Kovalev second time.
Okay. All right.
No, but it's no second time though. If we was judging this fight,
right, that's true.
Was judging that fight that night,
true.
we would have both scored it for Andre Ward.
Which is true.
Yeah, you're right.
That's right. You saying in the moment. You saying in the moment.
Scored it for Kovalev.
Now, how the hell how did you guys do that?
I could have been biased on a couple rounds.
Oh, so you was being okay. So you
I fucking hate Andre Ward.
Constantly being biased.
Yeah, that's new.
I hate Andre Ward, and I had him winning 7-5 the first time.
How?
I was falling asleep.
That's crazy.
Oh, you okay?
Kovalev knocked him down, and he slowed down,
dropped.
and he wasn't doing shit. He got dropped in the second round. Does that win a fight?
Even if he won 7, he don't get the belt.
That's true.
Look, everybody say
Kovalev
he
wasn't
got
doing
dropped in the
shit.
second round. Everybody always say Kovalev didn't do shit, but nobody never talks about what the fuck Ward did do. He didn't do shit either.
Right. Yeah.
As much shit
You're right
that
about
Kovalev
that.
didn't do, Ward didn't do shit either. That was a
Because
shitty
he didn't,
fight.
he neutralized Kovalev, and he did very little to win the fight.
Nigga,
Ward was
blocking somebody's shot.
knocked down.
Hey, hold on, y'all, because John David Jackson. Hold on, John David Jackson is Kovalev's trainer. He said the
Not
first
no
fight
more.
was close.
Go ahead, let him talk.
I'm just saying. He said the first fight was close. So how is it egregious that we had him winning the first fight?
Oh, we should tell you. We should tell you.
It's the train.
We should tell you. If you get it all out. Get it all out. We gonna go.
Yo, Zone, how you had that first fight? How you had that
I had an 8-4 clearly for Kobe.
Let me say one thing.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna let him get all his out.
With a knockdown.
Hold on. Let me say one thing. The trainer was in the corner. He said the fight.
Listen, you said you biased. That's a done data. You said it. You are so you said it. No, he said it. He said I'm biased for Ward.
Hold on, but
but Vito, he said it. I don't have to Vito. Why are you gonna make me listen to this long explanation when you already said you're biased? Let's skip to how we had it scored.
Yo, let him say what he got to say though.
You said I can get it out though. That's what you said.
Go ahead.
Let me get it out. I know. I told you I was kind of biased on a couple close rounds. I was, but what I'm gonna say is this. The trainer was in the corner. He said it was close. So evidently, we had something going on that he even said it was close.
That doesn't validate your biasness. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tell a fighter closer so he goes out and wins the next rounds more clearly. The way he's guaranteed to win the fight.
And speaking of a Kovalev fight, that probably was close for him.
You need to win this round and then you lose it. That shit was bad, bro. It kind of makes you feel like that fighter lost that round. You know what I'm saying?
Either way, if you say if you were biased and it 4 rounds for Ward, then you had Kovalev winning too.
Right.
I wouldn't bias at all, and I fucking had Andre Ward 7-5.
How?
See, this is how?
Bro, fucking
listen,
Kovalev didn't do shit after the fucking third round.
What did Ward do? Tell me what did Ward do?
The third?
Hold on, let me talk.
He put me to fucking sleep.
What did Ward do? What did Ward do? Please, one of you Ward score fours, tell me what did Ward do?
Bro, Andre Ward like punches and shit and like whatever the fuck he do. I'm not even the biggest Andre Ward fan. Whatever the fuck he do, you know what I'm saying? It's not as flashy as Kovalev, but it was clearly enough to win those rounds, man.
Okay, so what did he do?
Yeah.
He landed like 1 or 2 more punches than Kovalev to win the round. That's what he did.
Okay.
It's a close fight.
Ended in every round,
That's the best
two, and one of
explanation
them
I've
was
heard.
even.
And you know what? That's
did in the
literally what it
second fight,
boiled down
too.
to.
But I
One or
still
two
thought-
punches.
Hold on, Rollo, what'd you say? Hold on, Rollo, what'd you say?
That was a good explanation because I've watched the fight about 4 times. It literally did come down to like 1 or 2 punches. But the thing is, Ward was starting to land punches, and it automatically seemed like it may have made the fight closer. But if Ward was only landing 4 punches, you mean to tell me Kovalev didn't land 4 punches in that same round? He absolutely did.
Yo, how did y'all score that 10th round?
And this is the pros. The more effective punches count for more.
You
Well,
don't even
yeah,
have
I
to
mean, you can
score
say that.
because none of the punches were
This
necessarily
ain't
effective.
amateurs.
Look to me,
Yeah,
everything
you're right,
after
you're right about that. You're right
everything
about that.
after the 4th round
The
was
more effective
everything was
blows
like free
count
throws.
more.
It was everything was a 1 point. So Ward might have landed a fucking hook or to the body or some shit, but he didn't land no combinations. He didn't land nothing big. So when he did land a jab that might have looked okay or kind of big, in those same rounds, Kovalev got him back with the same shit. Just like when he tried to do the bolo
But you know
punch
what?
and
It
got
matters
his
how
head
you
snapped
close
back.
a round too, though.
He didn't do none of that
It matters
shit
how
either.
you close a round.
He didn't do
if
none of
it's
that
a close
shit either.
round and Andre Ward lands like a clean shot into your face, that's an Andre Ward round.
So you saying if he landed the last
mean,
punch,
I
he
can-
win the round? That's how you saying you scored the fight?
No,
wait,
that
what?
doesn't. That's not the only thing that matters. But I'm saying
Right.
it's a close round that can go either way, and then Andre Ward lands like a clean ass. This is how Keith Thurman is winning fights.
True.
If you rock your opponent, you land a clean shot in a close
But he
round.
didn't
you
rock
do that
But he
round.
didn't
in the
do
first
that.
fight.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't
He
even do
ain't, he
that.
ain't rock him, but he's landing like
didn't
a
rock
clean
Cole
shot
in
that
the
makes you
first
be
fight.
like, damn.
He didn't. But he
It
didn't
shocked
even do
me.
that though.
It
That's
might
what I'm
not rock
telling you,
Kovalev,
Gotti.
but it's clean
He didn't
enough.
even do that shit.
Hey, I can say this. Hey, I can say this. I can clearly say this. When you looking at a fight, and if you got a dog in the race, if a round is close, you usually gonna get your dog in the race that round. I mean,
Some people do that.
That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing that.
But you know what?
I
Andre
actually
Ward is not my
purposely
dog
do the
in that race.
opposite,
And I thought
so
he
I
won.
don't do that.
Yeah,
No, you know
Well, I
what?
know a
And
lot
that's,
of
and
not
that's
my
true.
dog in the race, and I thought
But-
he won that first round.
And this
that
is
first
all
fight.
right, this is
Gotti, a great way to stop yourself from doing that, because I caught myself doing that. If it's a really like if say like you thought Kovalev just nicked it, wait, well, you had a dog in the race. Say you're thinking like Kovalev just nicked it, so you want to give it to Ward, just give that round to Kovalev because you truly thought he nicked it, but you're kind of that's
Bro,
why
you
I
can't
do it
go
the way I-
against your first mind, though, bro.
No, you
go with,
can't.
like, what you
But
thinking
you're
at that
saying
time.
if you have a dog in the race, you're going to give him the round if they're close. It's just a way to kind of balance
Not
yourself out.
intentionally,
You know what I mean?
Not
And
intentionally.
you can't do it every round or anything. Yeah, okay. If it's
Really,
like
honestly, I didn't do it in that fight, but I did it in the Triple G Jacobs fight. I had that shit like 9-3 Jacobs. And I'm like, until I watched it here. Yo, I swear to God, that's the only fight that I really like kind of, you know what I'm saying, was going against the grain and going.
But you know what?
Like
But you know what?
We're
But you know what,
going
Gotti?
to have to go back into the criteria
Hey,
of scoring
Gotti,
now.
hey, Gotti, that's not. Hey,
Yeah.
Gotti, you know what? That wasn't that egregious because it was some close rounds. It was
Yeah.
some close rounds in that
Yeah.
fight.
No, yeah.
That
There's
was
definitely some
egregious.
close rounds. No.
Yeah.
there was
those
way
close rounds.
closer rounds in that fight than Cove Ward won. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think
you know
that-
what? Kovalev was supposed to knock out Andre Ward, though. And that's what I really wanted to see as an Andre Ward hater. He didn't do that.
Andre Ward's
Yeah.
supposed to try to knock him out too.
Dude,
That's
you know
what the
that
problem is.
Brownie got
man.
hit with one kidney
That's the
shot,
problem.
14 low blows. Visual evidence proves
That's
it. They
not
weren't
Ward.
borderline at all.
Listen.
It wasn't, man, that
Hey,
wasn't no
hang
low
on.
blows either, man. Your
Hey,
nuts
hey,
ain't that
Gotti.
high, dude.
Hey,
Oh,
Gotti.
God.
This ain't no pussy.
Hey, Gotti. Have you ever watched a
Hey, I'm
basketball?
gonna say this.
Look, hey, Gotti.
I'm gonna say this.
Hey, Gotti, I got a
Hey,
question
I'ma
for
say
you,
this.
though,
I'm
bro.
listening.
Have you ever watched a basketball
Yeah.
game with your favorite team or against the team you hated the most, and one team had to score 100 points and the other team only had to score 75 to win? And if they didn't score over 100 points, they was going to lose, even though the other team only scored 75? Boxing is the only sport where that shit happens. where the other motherfucker got to do way more than the other person in order to get the win.
Or did you ever see an NFL game where one team only had to drive 80 yards?
I don't watch basketball. I only watch boxing. But like shit, even if my guy is losing the fight big time and shit, I'm still gonna be rooting for that motherfucker to win by knockout. But I'm not gonna give him rounds that he didn't win, though, either.
Yeah, rooting that's fine. That's totally legit. I mean,
But you know that can kind of like shift your like. You know what I'm saying? Not really like that.
You just have to
seriously thought that you think it's won 9 rounds, bro.
Hey, you the one that said that on the Canelo Mayweather fight, those rounds are close. Remember?
And I'm
Remember
really,
you said that those were some close rounds?
I am willing and ready to sit down with anybody and go through that fight. Whenever you're ready, we can sit down and do it.
I thought Mayweather dominated that fight.
I know you thought that.
did too.
But listen, man. Just simply, purely in the fact, in the manner that Mayweather fights, he's never going to put separation in between him and his opponent. Almost all of the fights and rounds that he have are close based on the way he fights anyway. But when you sit down and watch the fight from an unbiased
like the 140-pound fights and shit like that.
Yeah, it ain't none of that Gotti shit. That shit long gone. If you sit down and watch that shit from a very objective perspective, like I did with one of my homeboys, and he started to see that, hey, maybe these rounds were a little closer than I thought. But
I don't know. I thought he destroyed him, but I'm gonna rewatch it now, just to see if I definitely couldn't have been biased with Floyd, but I'm definitely gonna rewatch it.
Listen,
yeah,
I don't think Canelo. Look, Canelo didn't win the fight.
What's up with the McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight? What y'all think about that shit?
Oh,
I don't think nothing about that
it's
shit.
just gonna hurt boxing more, man.
bro.
Yeah, it's just gonna fucking hurt it even.